Hi everyone, it's Bobbie. This is a design team project I wanted to share with you this morning. This is for Country Craft Creations, and what I have this time is the Baby Girl Swaddle collection by Authentique. It is not a kit, so please don't misunderstand. This is just a collection of things that Tamara sent me for my design team package. Let me make sure I'm in frame. Let me zoom out a little bit. I think that's too big. That'll be better. Make sure you're in frame. So what she sent me was the Swaddle collection. It had a punch-out sheet with it instead of stickers. And then she sent me some of these Spectrum papers to go along with it. So I have used the Spectrum, the collection. This little ruffled ribbon was in my stash. I've had it forever. And these little, not brads, gosh, I never can think of the name of them. Anyway, those were in my stash, and I just added those with E6000 because they're metal. And I put a little bling in the center of each one of them. And these three little chipboard pieces, I purchased those some time ago from Tamara. If you're on her site, she has a tab that says Barn Sale, I believe. And I got this Echo Park collection of chipboard stickers from there, and I just used a few of those. So the spine is very plain, as well as the back. Just has the ribbon on it as well. Make sure you see that. The Spectrum paper too. I cut this little doily just out of a piece of white cardstock so I could stick this tag, and this is from the paper collection, and the pink is one of the Spectrum papers. So it just sits back in there, kind of tucks under the little bird. And I love this ribbon she sent. I've had this before in a couple other collections. It's a kind of an organza with a dotted Swiss on it, but I'm not going to cut this off short because as she adds pictures, it's going to grow, so then she can trim it off when she gets it full. So when you open the album, I had intended to make a separate pregnancy journal, but the pieces that come with the paper collection are all different sizes, and it just didn't work to my liking anyway. And I didn't want to trim them down and cut out this rickrack type border, so I made a flap on the front cover. I'll make sure I'm still in frame. And I have a pocket here at the bottom, and these little flowers were in my stash, as well as these little gold dots. And this leaf I just cut out of one of the Graphic 45 dies. So on the front I have the pregnancy journal where it begins. Then on the back of that is the first look, and there's a place here for an ultrasound picture. And then here's one with all the baby names. And I just left them on the back. And also personal notes that she might want to jot down about her pregnancy. And then on the inside of the back cover, I have the remainder of those. So page 1, this is a 6-page album, and it measures, I think, 9. Let me get my ruler to make sure. The covers are 9.5. The pages are 9. 9.5 by 7.5. And following this walkthrough, there will be a tutorial on how I built the pages. So these are all pocket pages. And on page 1, I have to keep looking to make sure I'm in frame. I just have a little tab that has a magnet here. And this is a pocket flap. There's room for more pictures in here. And I just typed these out on my computer. And you can do it on any print program you have. And I just put 1 month, the height, the weight, notable moments, and then the date that she makes that journal entry. And then there's room for photos here and a nice big spread here. So it closes like that. And I left all my inserts blank because my grandson, my second grandson, is expecting his first baby, and he's hoping for a girl. And if they do have a girl, then he will get this album. But his intended, I guess I'll call her, she would like it left blank because she thinks she wants to put 5x7s on each one of those. So I didn't put any smaller photo mats. However, if they have a boy, then they don't need this one. So I can go ahead and put photo mats on it later if I need to. So this is month 2, and it is a gatefold open. And it has room for several photos in here. And here's the second month, just on a piece of the Spectrum card paper. And I used a punch just to put a little decorative border on those. And then this just slides back in to hold it closed. Now these little dies are from the punch-out sheet that came with the paper collection. On month 3, I have a pull-out here. It just kind of unfolds like that. This would be a good journaling spot for a little photo. And then here's another photo mat. It says, "Hello, little one." Those all come from the punch-out sheet. And then it opens this way, and there is a little pocket here where you can put more pictures. Okay, month 4. Oh, this is catching on that, I think. I have to put something between there to protect it. Sometimes that happens when you have opposing flaps. They rub each other. But if you lay a piece of cardstock or paper in there, that'll prevent that. But I see where it's curling that one. I don't want that to happen. This is just a little flap here. It's held down by this little embellishment. There's room for a photo here. And this comes out with a photo here. And then you've got a nice big spread here. And this ribbon says "It's a Girl." And that's part of what Tamara sent me with the collection. Then on month 5, one of the cut-aparts with a pocket, and there's a photo mat in here. Make sure I'm staying in the right place. And there's 5 months, and they're all of the printouts I made are the same. And then month 6 has a little cut-apart here. There is the piece I printed, and then there's a pocket here and a pocket down below, and then this is also a pocket in here. So you have plenty of room in this album to put all kinds of things, and then this little tag holds it shut. Month 7 is a repeat of month 1, and we just go through the book again. Another pocket page, flaps out with a photo mat, and another big spread here. And I thought I left that loose, maybe not. And then here's your gatefold again. This time I tied it with a ribbon. And I just fastened it to the top of the page with a button embellishment. And it opens like this. 2 more photo mats. It says, "Hello, I'm new here." Isn't that cute? And then here's 8 months. Month 9 is the fold out again, like this, and like this. And I just embellished it with 3 little blue buttons. I thought that looked real pretty. And then there's a little pocket in here with your journaling tag. Month 10, I think. This one is a magnet. They both open this way. And there's month 10. This one says, "I love you to the moon and back." And I just added some ribbon up here with a couple of the little punch-outs. And I used the ribbon she sent me for these little pull tabs. And this is month 11. Have a couple more of the punch-outs. This one came from the top of the sheet. Authentique always has a little phrase at the top of theirs. And this one was so cute. It says, "Let me love you a little more before you're not little anymore." And I thought that was so cute. And then this is a pocket here. It opens this way. Got a pocket on the inside. Here's month 11. And then month 12 is a magnet flap. It opens down, and it opens this way. This is a pocket. You can put more tags or photos in there. I just forgot to make anything for it. But it goes like that. And then on the inside of the back cover, we have a large pocket with a little pull tab here. It does have a magnet in it, but I put the ribbon pull in it. And then on the inside you have the rest of the pregnancy journal items. Now on the 3 trimesters, because you know there's 3 months to each trimester, there's room for 1 picture here, but I put 2 more on the back so that she can take a picture of her baby bump every month. So there's the first, the second, and the third. And then this one is called the details, about just information about when they found out they were pregnant, and when the baby actually arrived, and blah blah blah, and all the different things about mom's pregnancy. So that is my album. I thought it turned out really cute. I'm real happy with it. I hope y'all like it as well. On these pull-outs that I showed you, I just printed these little graphics. They're free, and I found them on the internet, and I just shrunk them down to fit a one inch circle, and I just used a circle punch and made my own. So possibilities are endless. Alright, that is my album. I hope y'all love it. I had a lot of fun making it. I do have enough paper left that I'm going to make a grandparents brag book next, so I hope you'll stay tuned for that, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye. Okay, today we are starting the Baby Swaddle album by Authentique, and the first thing you're going to need is excuse me, I'm a little froggy this morning. I'm using the Artisan Brown cardstock, and I'm going to have 6 pages so that I have month 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on for the first year. So you'll need 6 pieces of 7.5 by 9 scored on the long side at 1/2 inch. This will attach to our spine. There will not be a hinge on this one. And then you'll need 6 pieces of 7 by 10. Everything's dusty. And these are scored on both short ends at 1/2. And that is so that we will have a side pocket. These will be attached like so once these are scored under. I've already made 5 of them, and you can see that there's an insert pocket here. This will be actually glued down, and this will attach to your spine. Okay, so let's turn these under and burnish them really well. I want to make one of the base pages with you so that if you're new to making mini albums, you'll have an understanding of what I'm doing. And there's that one. And I like to put my scissors just up under the edge, even with that fold, and snip it like that. That way I don't get into the score line, because that ruins your nice crisp corner if you cut across the score. So there's that. Now we're going to add our glue to these 2 folds, and I'm just using the art glitter glue. You can use whatever you like, or score tape. This is just what I prefer. Everybody likes different things, so whatever you like, go with that. And we're going to line this up with the right top corner, then bring it over towards the left side and burnish that down. And it looks like I've got just, I'm not quite even. Let me take it off real quick. I didn't get it quite square, and we don't want to mess it up. It needs to be even on the left side actually first, so that you don't hit your hinge, because if you have, oh come on, if you have any overreach, then you can trim it off on the right hand side. Okay, make sure it lines up at the top like that. I actually prefer it to be just a little bit short of the score line on this side, so that you don't have that extra bulk in there. Hi Jax, good morning, how are you? What Where's your mommy? What? You're a chatterbox this morning. The little one is up now. He likes to come in and say, hi. While Mommy's fixing his breakfast. Don't mess with the keyboard, baby. Why? Because I said, that's why. And we're going to burnish this time. You're a jabberbox this morning. Every morning. Line these up here at the bottom. You give these a good burnish. I must have cut this one a little bit long because I've got a little, just a hair of overage right here.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing? Right there. That's perfect. So there's page number 6. You doing, little man? Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I have laid out 6 page designs, and I'm going to repeat page 1 on page 7, page 2 for page 8, and so on and so forth. But if you follow my tutorials, you know that I frequently just kind of fly by the seat of my pants, and I design as I go along, so that's what I intend to do on this one. So this is the pocket, and you'll have the cut list posted by the time you see this video. No, honey. Excuse me. This is a pocket that's... Jackson, stop. Go find your mama.
No.
Yeah, go find your mama. He's a wild man this morning. This is going to be a flap, which will attach to the left side of page 1. And it will open out like so. On the front of that flap will be a pocket. And I want this to be longer so that I can use some design paper up here. This will have this on the front, and as you can see, it got coffee spilled on it, but this is just a template. I'll print a new one. This will be for the first month, and each month will have one of these. It'll say height, weight, notable moments, and then the date this record was made. So let's put this on. You know, before I do that, I want to put a little punch in here. And I think I'll wait till I put my design paper on it to do the little notch in here so that I can notch the design paper too. So let's put this down. And these actually don't need to be tapered since they're not going all the way to the top and the bottom. I only taper them when they come up to the top so you don't have any overhang. He's wild this morning. So let's get some glue on here. He's trying to do a tutorial with me, Kim. Or Kelly. Yes, he's trying to help me. He was in giving me good morning greetings. It's okay, it didn't hurt anything. I'm going to put this right along this side. I said Kim and her name's Kelly. I don't know why I said that. I've lost my mind this morning. Okay, so that's going to go there. And then I have a little band that is going to go on this side to hold that in place because I want to put some other things underneath here. So I'm going to attach this. And this piece here is 7 by 5, this flap. And like I said, you'll have your cut list posted. This little band is 2 by 4.5. And it's going to go right over here. So let's attach that down. And we'll burnish that real good. And I got a little glue oozing out there. Okay, so I will just paper clip this pocket here. And we'll add it when we do this design paper. So there's one. And what do I have for number 2? Oh, I have to take the paper clip off till I got these added. Let's open this flap out that attaches to our hinge, or our spine. And this has 3 pieces to it. We're going to have a small, shallow pocket at the bottom. So let's burnish that. And this piece is 2.5 by 6 7/8. Goodness. I don't know what that big bang was. And then we'll have 2 pieces that are 9 by 4, and these are going to fold out on each side. And scoot this up here so I can burnish these under. I just lay them against my board, press them with my fingers, and then score from the center out so that I don't change that fold at all. And then you can go to the back side. Some of your cheaper cardstocks, if you burnish it from the underside first, if they're thin or real soft papers, this, if you score from this side in the beginning, they can actually shift and it changes your score so it's not a complete 1/2 inch all the way down. So let's taper these since they're going from top to bottom. And we'll put this on last. Let's get this out of the way so we don't have that. Okay. So we want, let's do a dry fit first and make sure I don't need to trim anything. Nope, that one's okay. And then let's check this one. And we're okay. Don't you love it when a plane comes together? I'm telling you. And we'll add our glue. Okay, let's put it right along this pocket edge. Way down there. Oops. I'm bending that. I don't want to do that. Okay, there's that. It's not completely straight. Straighten it up as you go. It's the one good thing about this art glitter glue. You have a few minutes to, well, I should say seconds. It dries pretty quick. But you do have some leeway to adjust it if you don't get it exactly where you want it. And this is not going to be a hard album to put together. I actually hope it's going to be quite simple. Now you want to stay away from this score line just a hair so that you don't have bulk in there. Okay. That is perfect. A little glue there. Sometimes I get a little carried away with my glue. Now let's put our bottom pocket down. And it's just scored 1/2 inch on the bottom. It's going to be flat on the sides. And it'll be right down here, just inside each of these score lines. Well, you know what, let me I didn't taper this one, and since it's going side to side, I want to do that so I don't get any bulk over there by that scored line. And if you have a lot of extra bulk in there, it will keep your flaps from laying as flat as you want them to. Or it could anyway. Alright, just inside the score lines. Let me turn it upside down so I can see what I'm doing here. Yep, there we go. Whoops. Don't want to get it over the bottom edge. Just want it to the bottom. Okay. That looks pretty good. Now I will later glue these down. I don't want to do it just yet because, again, I want to put a notch in there. So there is that. Kind of makes a little gatefold in the center. Now let's put our pocket back on here. And paper clip this together. That's 1 and 2. And we'll go back and put magnets on those. Okay, always with your hinge side on the left. Month 3 is just simply going to be a fold out, and it's going to go to the right hand side, and it will flap open like this and then back open like this. And I may decide to add something else to this. Like I said, I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants. I'll be doing a page or whatever, and I think of something else that'll be cute that I want to add, and I just do it as I go along. I usually have a fair idea of what I wanted the end result to be, but not always concrete, you know what I'm saying? And you just do what looks eye-pleasing to you. Anytime you're making an album, just do what looks good to you. Okay, there's number 3. That was the easy one. Now your hinge piece is on the right because we've turned it over. And this is month 4. Get some of these clothespins out of the way. As I'm designing, I clothespin my pieces together so I don't lose track of what I'm doing. Okay, so we have this, and I'm missing a piece. I should have another. That's 6. Let me see, is this number 5? Well, I should have another one of these cut-aparts, and I've only got 2 here. This is what I had planned out. These are all for number 4. This is going to be a flap to this side, and then we'll cut other designer papers to go with it. But this only has a 1/4 inch score on it because I had intended to use that for something else and changed my mind. So let me get my scoreboard, and let me score this at 1/2. There's that. And we'll burnish this under. So that will work for this one. I may only want 2 on it. And I think I do. I think I'll just use 2. And put this over to the left. I think that'll be cute. Okay, let's do that. We'll lay this piece aside. We won't need that anymore. Okay. So we've got this burnished. Let's trim it right in the corner. And this one as well. Now you can cut your pockets to fit whatever design paper you're using, because your cut aparts may not be the same size as mine. But for this one, I cut 4.5 by 5.5, and this one is 4 7/8 by 5 5/8. So they will overlap with a magnet at the top and the bottom, like that. Okay, so let's put those down. And we'll be just inside this score line again at the top. Right there. And we have to be sure we go back and add our magnets before we start putting design paper on. I have been notorious about forgetting my magnets, and then I have to think, oh gosh, how am I going to fasten this page down? I'm real good at that. Okay, and there's that one that goes to the left. See, we're to month 4 already. It doesn't take long at all to put this together. And then, like I said, I'll cut a whole nother set of these and repeat 1 through 6 for 7 through 12. And then there's going to be a pouch on the inside of the front cover. And I intend to make a pregnancy journal to go in that little expandable pouch on the front, and the back will also have a pouch for other items. And I plan to make a grandparents' brag book to go along with this, because I have the 6x6 collection, and I think it'll be perfect to make a grandma's brag book. Okay, so there's that. That's 3 and 4. Let's lay that aside. I'll put these in here so I remember what they are. This is number 5 and 6. So for number 5, this is on the left-hand side. I have to remind myself what I did, because I laid this out several days ago. This, let me see, what was my plan? This is 11, so that was going to be, and I don't think it needs to be 11, it only needs to be 10, 3.5 by 10. So let me cut that 1 inch off of that. Didn't need to be that long, it's a little bit overkill. So we'll take 1 inch off, and this is number 5. Let me change that to 10 so I can change my cut list, because I may have it on there. So we're going to score this on both short ends at 1/2. And I like to go over the score lines twice on the Artisan, because it's fairly heavy. It's really sturdy, but you want to get a good sharp crease there. Okay, and this is 4.5 by 9, and we're going to score it at 1/2. This one is going to have the picture of the stork on it, the cut apart, and it is, I didn't write the size down, I'll have it on the cut list for you, and we'll score that at 1/2 inch. this one, we're going to burnish. And it's going top to bottom, so we want to miter this one. This one is a pocket, so it doesn't really have to be mitered, but always do a dry fit before you put it down, before you add glue to it, and make sure it's what you want it exactly. Yep, that'll be alright. And I think I want to do a 1/2 inch at the bottom of this, so that I have ample room in there. So let's put it back on here. I had intended just to glue the bottom flat down, but I think I want to have more space in there, because you know how it is with babies. You take a buku of pictures when they're first born. So we want to miter this one. And we want to come into the score line, do the crossover where they meet, and then cut that off. Don't cut into where your two lines intersect, just right up to them, because when you fold this under, you don't want your sides and your bottom to overlap, because again, that puts bulk in there. It doesn't look very flattering when you get your page put together. Okay, so see, those two should not overlap, just like that. Okay, so let me see, do I want to notch this? I think I may notch that, so let me paper clip that, and we'll glue it down when we get to it later, so that I can put a notch in the pocket with the designer paper. Then this one is going to attach to the left side, which we can go ahead and do. It's getting pretty warm in here without a fan on, but I turned it off so it doesn't make so much background noise, so you guys can hear me, because I know I don't talk really loud. Okay, so let's get this matched up here at the top. And the bottom. Burnish that down. That looks good. There's that. That's going to be our pocket, and then this is going to be a flap that will attach to this pocket after we notch it and do all of that. So I will leave that not glued down until I'm ready. Okay, so that is 1 through 6. Now we'll repeat all of those, and then we'll get back together and we'll start putting our design paper on. Oh no, wait a minute, did I do number 6? I think that was 5, duh. Here's number 6. You guys bet. You should have been hollering at me. Hey, hey, hey. That was only 5. Okay, here's number 6. It's early in the morning. You'll have to forgive me, because I'm not really all there in the morning. These two pieces I cut at 6 by 4.5. And I'm going to put one at the top, kind of centered, one at the bottom, and I may decide to use a belly band underneath. I'm not sure, and this looks like it's wanting to bubble. Let me fix my score line here. There we go. Okay, so we're going to attach this one at the top, and you don't have to trim it since it's not going side to side. Okay, this is going to go, just eyeball it as close to center as you think looks good. Make it even with the top. And is that even with the top, or is it, it's overhanging a little bit. Let me move it. I was afraid I did that wrong because I was trying to look over the edge. Still not quite right down here. Better. Better, better, better. Now the bottom piece. Okay, I did cut my second group of 6 pages, or flaps, and now we're starting with month 1. This is going to be the pocket where the month 1 little card's going to go. This is the flap, and then this is the band that's going to hold it in place. So I want to put a magnet there, and I want it to be away from the edge enough that my paper's going to glue down around it. So I'm going to put my magnet right here, and I'm going to put a piece of score tape over it to hold it in place because I don't want it to pull loose until I get it covered with paper. I'm just going to leave that on there like that. That was a negative, so I need a positive. Oh gosh, they're hard to get out. My fingernails break so easy. Little turkey. Okay, put it right on top of your one that you've got placed. And put your flap down. Press it into place. And there's your magnet on the, and it'll be under the pocket. But they'll be covered with paper, so it won't be an issue. We'll put a piece of score tape over that just to secure it till we're ready to put down our papers. So that's month 1. That'll hold that down. This is month 2. I'm going to put a bracket on here with a banner to hold it close, so I won't need a magnet there. Oh. I better trim that. It looked like it hit. I'm not supposed to do that. Let me trim just a hair off of this edge. It was hitting that seam and I didn't realize it was. There. So that's month 2. Month 3, I do want a magnet on it, and I'm going to put it gosh, I hate the way they package these. They drive me crazy. I'm going to put it on the back side of number 1. And number 1, gosh. Number 3, month 3. And I'm going to put it back here, and it's going to hit about in the middle of the page with a piece of score tape. Now we need the positive. And I may have to have another negative since I'm working upside down, but that's okay. I've got some extra negatives. Oh, I don't know about that. Duh. Come on, turkey. Yeah, I want it like that. Oh, come on. Just pick the whole thing up. Okay, and then just close that down. Press it into place. And kind of slide it a little to the side. That way it'll stay where you put it. And we'll put a piece of score tape on that. Okay, that is, this is 4. And I'm trying to decide if I want to use a magnet in this one. I think what I want to do with this one is put an embellishment down here so that I can tuck this under it. So I'm going to leave a magnet off of that one for now. And these go with that one. That's 4. This is 5. And I do know that I want a magnet on here, but I can't really place it just yet. So what I'm going to do is put one on the back side of this. That way I won't forget, because I'm known to do that. And when I go to paper it, I'll see that magnet there. And that'll stop me from putting my paper down without a magnet. So I've done that several times, and then I think, oh man, now what am I going to do? How am I going to bury that magnet? I usually have been able to figure out a way. So there's my positive. Oh, that must have been a positive. Okay, we'll put that under here, and that will remind me to do a magnet. So then here is number 6, and I'm thinking I may put a little small pocket down here, which I think I will, and then I can put a cut apart in there to hold that closed. Okay, so then we're back to number 1 again. And if you remember, number 1 was this one. So we're going to put the positive down here. Let's get these first 6 months out of the way. Here's number 1. Piece of score tape. I don't remember if that was positive or negative. It was positive. Yep. I don't have a lot of fingernails, so I struggle with these little things, but it's okay. Let's lay this down flat. There's that one. Our score tape. 2 was the one with the brackets. Let me put my pocket back with that one so I can do this separated. This one we did want a magnet on. I think we're only going to use 3 sets for each group of 6, so that's not bad. Ouch. Darn it. These little turkeys are so... And they just flip around and attach to each other. There we go. Alright, that was a positive and a positive, so we don't want that. We want a negative. Golly jeez. I have more trouble getting these out. Here's the negative. Put that right there. And a piece of score tape. Let me do that before I forget. Put this over here. Oops. That's a positive. Is that what I want? Oh, I need a negative. Which one is it? And this one says negative and it wants to flip upside down too. Isn't that weird? They all want to go upside down. See what this one does. There we go. That one must be marked wrong because it kept flipping over and it shouldn't have. Okay, so put that one down. I'll just put a piece of score tape over it. So there's that one. And then we'll come to the last one, which was the one we want to put one on, but we don't know where we want it yet. So we'll put this down away from the edge with a little score tape. Put it this way. And get a magnet on there. That one's going to flip over. They don't want to flip over. See if we need a negative. Oh, these are dirty. There we go. That one will save for that one. Okay, so now our magnets are in place. Now I have so many positives left. I think one of them was marked wrong. Had the wrong sticker on it. Because I should have 2 positives and 2 negatives left. Alright, so that is that. I'm going to cut my papers. Get ready to put these together. And I'll get back with you shortly. Alrighty. There we go. Alright, let's start putting our designer paper down on the pages. I have cut a lot of them out, and what I normally do is I go through and I pick out what the larger pieces that I want, and I lay them in place, and I go through all the pages, putting down my larger pieces. Then I go back through and cut up my scraps for the smaller pieces. So, like here on page 1, or month 1, we have this. Now, I printed these out on my computer. I just made little documents that say, this one says 1 month, height, weight, notable moments. I left several lines for the mom to fill something in, and then the date that she documents this. If you remember, we put this flap down. The pocket will go on top of the flap, and then I cut my pieces. This one is going to go in here. And I do have 2 pieces for there, but I think we'll see as we go through. But I can always go back and cut some more, and then there'll be a piece on this little magnet flap. So what we need to do is go through and ink all of these and put them down. And I want the archival ink in coffee brown. It's kind of hard to get open. This thing is not easy to work with. I don't know why it's so difficult. There it goes. At least it makes a good seal and keeps the ink from drying out. And I don't know if it's gonna... It might be getting too old. I might need another one. A lot of times I like the vintage photo, but depending on what papers you're using, sometimes it is a little too orangey. And where's my scissors? It looked like my trimmer cut this exactly straight through the original. There we go. Little piece of paper. It didn't need to be there. And that's not good. I think this is drying up on me. Let me get the vintage photo out. See if that does any better. I might need to replace that one. I've had it quite a while. Yeah, that's much better. And then we can go back and we can add photo mats, pockets, whatever we want to add. But I like to get the larger pieces down first so I don't run out of paper. And then you can go back and cut up your smaller pieces to fill in. And when you do that, I think it adds a lot more interest to the page to have different smaller pieces instead of just one large piece on every page. Get rid of this. Okay, so let's take this out of here from the magnet. Get that backing strip off. And we'll get some glue on here. Now sometimes as I go through, I decide, you know, that I want to change a little something so that every page isn't like the one before, and I like a little variety as I go through the albums. Okay, so let me pull this over here to me a little bit so I can make sure I've got it. Straight. There we go. Let's put this down. Okay. Now our pocket attaches here. If you remember, we mitered it. And we tapered the top corners. So this is just going to sit right on top of that flap. And then let's ink this one. Until you get turned cold in Texas this week. Goodness, the last couple of days, it is freezing. We're not used to all this. Get it to slide. My glue's trying to catch already. Come on, turkey. Get up in there. There we go. I just want to leave a little edge at the top. I'm going to burnish that down real good. It doesn't have to go all the way down inside. As you notice, I just had a small piece cut. And then this will go here. I wonder if I cut strips for this. Let me see. It's not. Alright, I'll have to come back and cut those. I'll just flip this over and we'll go to month 2. Because we can always come back with our little scraps and fill that in. Okay, this is month 2. Now I cut 2 small photo mats for each one of these, and then I'll need to cut a strip to go in here. I don't think I did that yet either. And I just wanted to show you how I come up with my basic layout. Now I have a large photo mat for over here. And I thought the craft looked really good against the dark chocolate. So let's ink this just a tiny. I don't want to get it too dark. But I don't want it to look forgotten either. That will go down here. Pencil mark there. Get rid of my pencil mark. Okay, that'll go in there. This will go at the bottom. And then this will go in the little pocket that will hold the 2 months. Little journaling spot that I made. And those are real easy to make. You can make them on any print program you have. Just type out the information that you want, size it to fit the page that you've made, and put it on there. And that will go here. And then we'll have 2 photo mats for the inside of each flap. There's going to be lots of spaces in here for photos and journaling as well. There's one. Should have had these all linked. It would have saved a lot of time. But I don't think I need to do all 12 pages on camera because you guys get the idea. But we will go back and embellish everything together. I just wanted to give you the basic idea of how I do mine. And of course, however you're comfortable doing yours is fine too. So there's that. So that's how that will lay out. Okay. Then these will go on the front. Each side of the front. Now I would encourage you to measure each piece before you cut your designer paper, because everybody doesn't like the same margin. I like just a small margin, but if you like a larger one, then just cut it however you like it. Do a dry fit, make sure it's going to fit right before you put any glue on it. And then glue your pieces down. Now these are going to be little tabs. And there will be one on each side, like this. And the pink polka dot. And this will be a little slide that goes through to hold these 2 pages down. So that gives you an idea of how I make them. I'll ink the rest of my pages, and we'll get back together and we'll get all of this put together and we'll embellish it together. And that way it'll save time on the video, because if I ink everything and glue every piece on the video, we're going to be here forever. And most everybody has a fair idea of how to do this, but if you are brand new to scrapbooking and you need more help, just send me a message. I'm always available. You can reach me on YouTube or at Make Mine a Mini or on Country Craft Creations. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll be back soon and we'll finish embellishing this together. Bye. Okay everyone, I have my pages put together, and I just wanted to touch base with you before I put them in the book so you can see what I did, and I will make sure that any changes I made are posted on your cut list for you. This will be the first month, and as I showed you, the little pocket is right here, and you can put photos or journaling spots in there. It opens this way with 2 photo mats, and then there's a large space here, and this is has a magnet in it. Then month 2 opens with a little slide bar, and I've added a couple of the punch outs from the from the collection and put a little ribbon behind it, and here's another one of them I backed on some dark brown. So it opens out this way. Here is month 2 in the pocket, and you have plenty of room for more photos and journaling on the inside there. And I used an old Martha Stewart punch for the little decorative trim on the pocket. So that goes back in there. That's number 2. And then month 3 is a fold out that has a magnet in it. Just lifts up like this. Plenty of room for photos, journaling, another pocket with the same trim. And then on this side you have a little tuck spot here and more space for photos. I started to say videos. Alright, month 4 has a flap that tucks under this little cut apart. Opens out this way. You've got a spot here to put more photos or memorabilia. I used a little piece of the ribbon that says it's a girl on the border. And then you have 2 more photo mats here. That is number 4. And it just tucks up under this little circle. Magnets are catching there. Month 5 has one of the cut aparts that opens out, and it's held with a magnet. Just has a side pocket with the 5th month in there. Another photo mat here. Then number 6 opens this way. This holds it shut. It's a flap up and a flap down, and each of the flaps has a little tuck spot and a pocket here on the side. And this little cut apart just holds it shut. No magnet on that one. Okay, number 7 is a repeat of number 1. Goodness. Little pocket here. And it opens out this way, and it says, "Little girls make the world sweeter." These papers are so cute. Number 8 is held with a ribbon. And it's kind of a little gatefold thingy. And it opens like this. 2 more photo mats here, a large space back here with number 8. And it just says, "Hello, I'm new here." Then number 9 is that triple fold out again that's held with a magnet, and I just added 3 little buttons here. It folds out this way, and I did add a little corner pocket to hold the 9th month. And this blue was not part of the collection. Running low on solids, so I found a piece of light blue scrap in my stash, so I used that. And then you have another side here. Then month 10 has a double flap, and I just used a little ribbon loop from what Tammy sent me. Opens out this way, a little tuck spot here with month 10. And have a little cut apart up here with Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and another piece of the ribbon she sent. Oh, this one goes on top. It's got the magnet. That's 10. This is 11, and it is held with a ribbon. And this is the quote that's at the top of each one of their pages. Excuse me. Always watch Authentique. They always have a quote on the top of their pages. This one says, "Let me love you a little more before you're not little anymore." I thought that was so cute. This opens out this one. That one, no, that's pocket. I was thinking it opened again. And that goes in there. And you can see these pockets are really roomy. There's space for lots of things in there. So that's 11. And this is also a tuck spot here, a little pocket. Like anything I can stick in there? Yeah. See, it's deep, the whole depth of the cut apart. And then number 12 has the flap with the months on it. Opens this way. Photo mat here. And then it has a top and bottom flap. And then there's a little side pocket here. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photo mats on the inside, plus tags or more photo mats in here. So you can see there's plenty of room to put all kinds of things in this book. I will be back with you. I'll make sure you have all the right measurements by the time I have this posted. And I will show you the finished result. I may add some more embellishments, I'm not sure. But I will do a final walkthrough once I get it put in the album cover. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye. Okay, y'all, I wanted to catch you up on what I've been up to. I had intended to make a separate pregnancy journal to go along with this, but because all the pieces that come in the collection are all these different sizes, it was going to be really hard to make something that would fit inside this book, because I thought I would put it in a pocket, but then it got so heavy and it just wasn't working to where I liked it. So what I've decided to do is to make a shallow pocket on the inside of the front cover, like this. There will be a shallow pocket down here at the bottom. Yeah, you can see that. And then at the top there will be, and the pocket will be 4 by 8 3/8. And you don't have to write these down. I'll have them all on the cut sheet. I'll get it corrected before I post everything. And then there will be a large flap at the top, and that will hold the beginning, the pregnancy journey beginning. And I'll have a strip up here. I had to cut it extra large so that the first look would fit on the back side of it. So it will fit there, and I'll put some little flowers and things to brighten it up with colors. Then on the inside of the back cover, I cut a deeper pocket with a flap. The flap is 4.5 by 6 5/8. The pocket is 7 5/8 by 8. And with these edges under, folded under, I came in 1 inch and I cut down to the 2-inch line on both sides, and then I just cut straight across to 2 inches. That way, when you put all these other pieces in there that go with the pregnancy journal, she'll be able to see them. I'm going to use this. Where's the little small one? There's a small one. Oh, it's this one. This is going to go in the pocket to hold that shut. And then these longer ones can go back here in this pocket, and that way she'll be able to see them and grab a hold of each one. And there will be a flap with a magnet to cover that. And did I say that's 7 5/8 by 8? And the flap will go up here, and then there will be some decorative trim at the top. So I wanted to show you that before I put it together. I don't want to take all your time while I'm gluing and cutting and doing all that, but I wanted you to know what my process was. And then I will come back with the finished product and show it to y'all. This is my cover, and here's my plan for the front. I cut this for the front with a rickrack edge. Then I cut this for the back, the pink polka dot. And then I cut, oh, sorry, I gave you the wrong one. The cream polka dot for the front, the pink polka dot for the back, and then this floral with butterflies will be my spine. It's going to cover my spine. And then off of one of the cover sheets, I made a tag out of the little baby logo that was on the front, and I'm just going to trim this and put a little doily down here with some flowers and stick the tag in the pocket. I want the front to be fairly simple. I don't want it to be over embellished. And then where these two papers meet, I will either use, now this might be too busy. I've had this in my stash forever and ever. It's a little gingham stretchy ribbon. I thought that might be pretty down there. Or I have, oh I have these little white beaded flowers. And I was thinking there was something else. There may be, but I'll go through my stash and I'll come back and show you the finished version once I put it all together. But I wanted to give you an update as to where I'm at with this. Sometimes it takes me forever, it seems like to me, to get one done, but I have to do plenty of planning and thinking before I actually put something down. And then I do have these embellishments that I got from Tamra. Some of those will be cute in there, and I could save some from a grandparent's book. And I have this little tag I was going to hang for the front and put "It's a Girl" on it. It's just a little wooden embellishment I had in my stash. And then the pages will attach here, and I'll show you the pages that I have so far. This is page 1. If you remember, it has the little flap, opens out like this, and there's a pocket here. Then the back side of one has this little slide bar. Have a couple of the embellishments with some ribbon attached there. Opens that way, and that's 2 months. And this little slide bar goes right back in there. Well, it does. It just takes a little jimmy in sometimes. There it goes. Then here's 3 months. And it's the one that kind of accordions out. And there's your 3-month photo. And there's 4. And it's just held by this little stopper. And has a pocket in there for more photos. There's month 5. Opens like this with a pocket. Month 6. Lifts up. There's, of course, your pocket in here that's your stopper. And then there's another pocket under here for more photos. And then month 7 is a repeat of 1. All in yellows and greens. Month 2 is like the one with the slide bar, but I put a ribbon on it. Or that's 8. I said 2. It's 8. Here's month 9. Is the accordion again. The little pocket this time. Number 10 opens this way. Here is 11. Opens this way, has a pocket here. And that one's fastened down. And there's a pocket here as well. And then here's number 12. Opens this way and this way, and then there's a pocket here that I'll make a tag for. So I just really love the way this turned out. And of course, you've seen me put down these type of pages before. This first one, this hinge, will attach right here. Then the next one will follow, so on and so forth, till you get all 6 in there. So I will come back when I have all this put down together so you don't have to watch the gluing process again. And I will show you the finished product. Alright, thanks guys for watching, and I will see you soon with the finished project. And then we'll move on to the grandparents book and some thank you cards for the mom to send out after the baby's born. Alright, thank you. Bye.